Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be back at my home club. My house is less than 10 minutes from here, so I love coming back here because it means I get to sleep in my bed at a reasonable hour. After traveling the state, I think I've seen Luke and Dave more than I've seen my kids a better part of this year. But that's part of the churn, right? That's part of the process, and the reason why we have been so successful in several of these statewide races is simply because our candidates outworked the other side. Full stop. The reason why Luke and Dave won is they outworked their opponents. Now they happen to be better candidates, but they absolutely outworked their opponents. And so it's a pleasure to be preparing for service on the North Carolina Court of Appeals. So let me tell you what that looks like a little bit. So what I've just gotten elected to is a pretty good question to ask. Now, what have I gotten myself into? After I won my first race on the Morrisville Town Council, my dad said I was 28 years old, by the way. So I was 28 years old and just finished my first year of law school, and I get elected to my town council. I called my dad and said, well, we won. My dad said, you're like the dog that caught the car. You got it in your mouth, but you don't know what you're going to do with it. All right? And so now I'm 47. Been a lawyer for 17 years. I've had cases go to the Court of Appeals. I know what car I caught this time. So what I've done right now, I've posted 3 positions. So as a judge on the Court of Appeals, I get to hire 3 lawyers to help me write my 2-term papers a week for the next 8 years. And so I've posted my positions. I'll start interviews the week of December 2nd. I think I've already made one choice based on some of the applications, but we're going to get in there. We're going to hire these lawyers and get them to work. I've got a meeting tomorrow morning with the Chief Judge of the North Carolina Court of Appeals to talk about procedures and how we do our work, right? We're not going to rest. I don't have the luxury of waiting to see what I need to do on day one. I've got to get started, so on day one I'm hitting the ground running. So that's what we're doing. But first, we're going to enjoy a nice little break for Thanksgiving. My oldest daughter turns 21 right after Thanksgiving, so I don't know what that's going to look like, but I know what I did when I turned 21. I'm going to be there to help her not make those mistakes. But let me tell you, there's a gentleman here, and I didn't even know he was going to be here, but Skip Stam's in the back. A lot of folks know a lot about Skip Stam, but a lot of folks aren't going to remember that he ran for the Court of Appeals at one point. Before it was cool. Before it was cool. And what I mean by that is before Republicans actually had a shot at winning a statewide judicial election. And it was the closest election. I mean, I'm talking 50 points something to 49 points. It was extremely close. I would not be standing here but for Skip Stam. Full stop. He helped me when I was running for the House the first time, and he helped me continuously in this campaign. That's what this club means to me. That's exactly why I come back to this club, because I could tell a story like that about probably 50 people in this room, about somebody huge, and he knocked on doors with me in House District 41. Sandy, I could go through each table and tell something about somebody at this club. That is extremely important for a candidate, both at the local level and especially on the statewide level. Clubs like this get people elected. That is why you exist. I'm looking forward to inviting you all to a swearing-in ceremony, where I will get to put on a black robe. I will put on that black robe and defend the Constitution every day as a judge on the North Carolina Court of Appeals. My name's Tom Murry. My website's stilljointom.com. Feel free to contact me through that website. But it's a pleasure to be back, and I hope you enjoy and be thankful this Thanksgiving season.